Hey guys, it's Fuspo, and it has been a hot minute since I posted a video, so I figured I'd share a story with y'all that happened pretty much last week, I'd like to say. So, as you read the title, yes, I finally met one of my friends that I've been playing Roblox with for the past almost 3 years now. You guys know her. It's Lily. She's been in my earlier videos. She hasn't really been in my newest videos because we've just been so busy with school and work and just life in general. But thankfully, she and I were able to plan something, and she came over for a Disneyland trip since she lives in Texas. I live in California. She was here on the Disneyland trip with her family, and so I was able to meet up with her, and I'm gonna basically tell you the story on what happened that day. I originally was going to vlog it, however, just because of like the time and just the circumstances, I didn't really feel like it was appropriate to vlog. I just, it was just a time to just, be with her and her boyfriend and her family, and to just converse. So I'm just gonna get to it. So come around, I'd like to say last Wednesday at this point. She's in Long Beach, and she texts me saying like, "Hey, we should probably meet up." Or I think I opened the conversation. My bad. That's like we should probably meet up because her last day to go back to Texas was tomorrow on Thursday, and so I was sweating bullets because we've been trying to get at this for years. Believe it or not, we've been trying to meet each other for like I like to say like for the past like 3 years, ever since we basically started talking, because every single year she comes to California for Disneyland with her family, but because of just the time and circumstances and just stuff that has been happening between us, we just couldn't. And when she came for Disneyland this year, I was like, okay, I gotta like put some time. All right, I'm not working anymore. I'm in online school, so I have like all the time in the world, right? But what concerned me was that I got a bad case of the cold like on Monday. We were supposed to meet supposedly on like Monday and Tuesday, but Monday I got a very bad cold, and so I didn't even like bother trying to even ask her. And Tuesday is when I have Bible studies, so I was like, okay, whatever. But Wednesday comes around, she says like, hey, I'm gonna go back to our hotel by the airport in LA, and we could probably meet up. So I took a gamble. Was like, okay, do I go or not? Because there's a chance where she may not go to the hotel until like late night, or something might happen. So I tried to take a gamble. I was like, okay, you know what? It's like around like 5 or 6 p.m. at this point. I'm gonna go. So my mom and dad were made aware of the situation. They didn't want to come because they were just been in the house all day. So I was like, all right, let's go take a 1 hour drive to LAX and just hopefully see if we can make it. Now, funny story on top of the story I'm telling you guys. On our way to the airport, I'm following the GPS right on my phone. I'm the one driving while my parents are just passengers. Um, so I was supposed to make a lane change to the right to exit off to a different freeway. However, this is why I don't like Google Maps personally, but because of my phone being dumb, when I ever try, so I have an iPhone, right? Um, I tried to use Apple Maps, but because my phone overheats significantly quickly, for some reason, when it gets that heat temperature, it just shuts off my phone immediately. And then when I try to turn it on, it says like, "Oh, you gotta wait." But I need a GPS. I'm driving on the freeway. I can't really stop and pull over. So I need a GPS. So this is why, for that reason, it was like 90 something degrees. So I had to use Google Maps because if my phone overheats, it won't automatically turn off. However, the one downside to Google Maps is that it kind of showcases the routes a little bit too early. Like in this case, I was supposedly supposed to make a lane change to the right to exit off to another freeway. However, because of my stupidity, I'll admit, but at the same time, it was a bit of both of me and the phone. I kind of made the exit to the right too early because looking at the GPS, it said that, oh, you're supposed to make the right lane change in zero point 0.2 miles. But I did it immediately, like the next exit I saw, and then it took a slight detour, but we thankfully we were back on track. But my mom kind of freaked out, saying like, "What are you doing?" I was like, What do you mean?" It's like you can just like murder. I was like, "No, no, you messed up, you messed up." And then my dad had to like kind of bring her back. Like, okay, like let's calm down. We'll merge back onto the freeway, and sure enough, we did, and we just continued on. So that kind of like a funny story in between, but whatever. And so we approached the hotel that they were staying at, and I text her saying like, okay, um, I'm down in the lobby, and we were waiting for her. For some reason, I got this nervous feeling for no reason. Like I know how she looks like. I know she's real, and I know I'm not being catfished or anything like that. But yeah, and then thankfully, she eventually does come downstairs, and we meet up and we embrace each other because it's so surreal to see an online friend like you've been talking to. You practically know them for not necessarily like half your life, but like you like I would describe her and us relationship like pretty close. So she and her boyfriend came down, and my mom and I were sitting together, and we all like kind of like just met up with each other and like started conversing, and just talked about life in general, like the basics, like oh how is weather over there in Texas, and just like our lives. And yeah, it was pretty much cool. And oh yeah, and here's some pictures by the way of our meeting up. So yeah, that's Lily and that's me. Yes, I am an emoji, believe it or not. But yeah, fun fact: Lily is actually taller than me, and I kind of underestimate how tall her boyfriend was. I mean, I know the BF was like not 6 foot, but like taller than Lily. But my gosh, like in pictures, he doesn't look that tall, but in person, my goodness, he's like a giant. I mean, I'm 5'4", so I'm already short as it is. Lily's like 5'6", and I think he's like what 5'10", 5'11", almost 6 foot, but not quite. But yeah, it was like a surreal experience, and I really enjoyed it. And I've seen like a bunch of TikToks that she kind of like got me into like watching a bunch of TikToks of like people meeting their online friends, not just on Roblox, but like like Minecraft, Call of Duty, or just like CS:GO, or just anyone in general. Or another inspiration, if you know a YouTuber named Anomaly. He's like the CS:GO YouTuber that kind of every now and then makes like a vlog meeting up with his online friends, and I thought that was like pretty cool. And I was like, oh man, like hopefully one day me and Lily can do that. So yeah, that was a cool experience. Um, if you guys also watch our older videos, we have another friend named Luthra. However, it's gonna be a little bit difficult for all three of us to meet at the same time because she lives all the way in Israel, and we're in the U.S., she's in Israel. It's a little bit more difficult, but hopefully we could plan something out, God willing, praying that happens whenever the time comes, and God will answer the prayers. But yeah, that's pretty much it to the story. I know it's a pretty short and tame one, but I thought I'd show you or share with you guys a video because it has been almost a month. And stay tuned for another video that I am planning to make, hopefully. If you saw my last year's video around this time, then you know what's coming up. But hopefully, fingers crossed. If not, then you'll see my Instagram, that you'll just see my description of upcoming events. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this short story time. And as always, I'll see you guys later.